Hi, and thanks for joining me this episode of Monsta MTV. Today I'm talking about a real simple one, but it's often overlooked, and it's garden beds. And often people spend a lot of money and time in getting the right plants, the landscaping right, and we forget about where things go wrong. And often that contributes to dampness problems inside the home, either through efflorescence, where you get that white salt staining that can happen on brickwork, or in a worst case scenario, the salt damp and the dampness travels inside and you find it underneath your carpets or your timber floors inside. So what's really important is that when you are planning your garden bed, before you go and landscape it, look at sealing it first. So you can see this garden bed here, it's a unique one, but there's a tile stone finish on this wall and you've got a brick face there. So prior to this going down, you would see these photos now where a product is used to waterproof that foundation footing and the wall surface prior to the tiles going on there. So it's just a real simple waterproof membrane that's suitable for tiles to be fixed to it, and that membrane will stop any moisture that gets through the grout joints or even underneath the tile and back into the footing to prevent any of that dampness that can come inside. Because these areas, obviously a lot of you would have your timers with your drippers or your sprinkler systems on top, so they're always quite damp. And where you've got retained dampness is where you actually have, people underestimate how much moisture is absorbed through things like capillary action that goes back into the brickwork. On that brick wall there, where you've got the soil line, you should always take a similar type membrane you put under the tiles up to the height of where the soil line goes with the brickwork. You don't want that membrane to damage or take away the nice feature of the brickwork. And above the soil line, you use things like a naked sealer, where you would spray that onto the wall surface, and so you'll see that it has that repelling effect. You recall the video we did a few months ago, but you'll see those images now, how it has that repelling effect on the brickwork, so as water hits it, it just bounces off, it doesn't actually absorb in, and that's going to stop that efflorescence and that staining. Because whether it's winter, where you've got lots of rain, or you've got the summer months where you've always got your sprinklers and your drippers on, that's always going to create a pocket for moisture. Now, people tend to underestimate dampness. There's a lot of different products in the market. Always when you're selecting these membranes or sealers, think of things like how hazardous those contents are, because if you've got a solvent-based bitumen that you might be using, it's not good with plant life because chemicals will come into the soil. So use products that are non-hazardous, either water-based or solvent-free, and make sure that they will not absorb anything back into the soil that's going to damage your plants, because sometimes people look at their plant life, see it discolour, it's not either growing or it's not performing as they expected, and it's things like sealers and membranes they put around the perimeter that actually contributes. It's like a water tank where you've got water coming, getting affected or contaminated. And believe me, that happens into soil and earth. So really important that you plan that out before you go and do all this sort of great work with the landscaping side. You get it right, and you get a lovely garden bed. And this is one little pocket corner, but I know you'll see these images now where you've got garden beds that go around perimeters of home, planter boxes, the same story. Think about that, get that right, and you've got a garden bed for life without any dampness. I'll see you next time.